Welcome back to another interesting tutorial about Photoshop tips and tricks. And in today's video, I will show you how to rotate text in Photoshop 2026. Let me show you how. So the very first thing you want to do right here is I'm going to go ahead and navigate to my toolbar right here. So I'm going to go ahead and select my toolbar. Then having selected my toolbar, I will come to the top right here and make sure I change the color to white. Then I'm go ahead and click on OK. Next thing I'm going to do is to come to the workspace and make a type. So I'm going to type in rotate right here. So I will make a simple type, then I can increase the size of the text right here. Then I can give the gap right here, and I can increase the size as well, just like so. Now, next thing I'm going to do here is to see how I can actually rotate this particular text right here using my Photoshop tool. So for that, I'm going to select the text. So when you select the text, then you need to make sure you look for rotation pin. How do you do that? There are many ways by which you can rotate. So if you take your mouse to the upper corner of this of the text, it's going to give you an indication that you want to make some change. So if you drag this way, it means that you are rotating, and the more you rotate, the more you see the angle at which you are rotating at. Then if you are using Photoshop 2025, 2026, you will be able to see the rotation pin right here. Now, this particular rotation pin here, we can as well use it in order to rotate very faster. And for that, I can decide to rotate this particular image by counterclockwise. So if I click on counterclockwise, it's going to give me this kind of result. So for me to return back to my previous rotation angle, I'll go ahead and click on cancel right here, and it's going to cancel everything. So right here, I can come back here again and decide to give a sign of a rotation. This will bring up all my rotation quick tool right here. So I can decide to flip this particular text by horizontal. So if I click on flip horizontal, you can see it flip the text horizontal. So if I want to return back my previous position, click on it again, it will simply go back to the normal position. If I decide to flip vertical, go ahead and click on flip vertical, then you have it flip just like so. So if I want to return back to the normal position, I'll click on it once. It will take me back to normal position. However, I can make use of this particular rotate counterclockwise or rotate clockwise. So if I click on rotate clockwise, it gives me something like vertical. So if I return back to my normal position, I'll click on it again, take me back to normal position. If I decide to flip back to horizontal, I will flip again and it takes me horizontal, and flip vertical, we back to the previous position. I can decide to rotate counterclockwise. It's going to give me something like this. If I click on rotate counterclockwise again, it will definitely give me another result. So I can press Ctrl Z and Ctrl Z. This will take me back to my previous position. So I can decide to scale this text to be more bigger. So just drag, and the more you drag, the more it's going to be increased, just like what you see right here. So I can also make use of some of the tools from the Home tab right here. So for instance, I can decide to try to make some simple rotation right here. Then you have to consider the angle from the top right here. So this is 2.6. I can decide to type a figure like, say, I want to rotate by 10. Then you have it right here. I can decide to rotate by 45. Then you have it right here. What we want to do here is to go ahead and once we are satisfied, we go ahead and click on confirm. So I can decide to rotate by 30, and let's see the result. Just like so, I can decide to rotate by 20 degrees. So everything depends on what exactly you are trying to achieve as far as rotation and is concerned. Once you are done with everything, go ahead and click on this check mark right here, and it's going to give you exactly angle that you choose as far as flip and rotation of text in Photoshop is concerned. It's that simple. For more tutorial tips and tricks on how best to use your Photoshop software, consider to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.